Alright, I'm working on these flywheels again today. I know I've been saying that I'm not going to balance them, but I changed my mind that I'm going to balance them only because I have nothing else to do here. And everybody was interested in knowing how I would balance them if I did, you know. And this isn't critical. These things are so close, and the engine goes so slow, and you know the diameter of these is so small. I mean, it wouldn't make any difference, but I'm gonna balance them anyway because it's only gonna take a couple minutes, and it'll be interesting for you guys. So to start off, what I was gonna do is I had to make a bearing or an axle or something for these, and I got a bunch of bearings and everything, but the smallest ones I had close to that were 7/8, and that wasn't gonna work. So I did have real small ones here, 1/2 inch, you know, but you see they fall right in there. So what I did, I don't mean to be bumbling around here, but so what I did is I actually made an axle here, and I'm going to use the 1/2 inch and wrap it with duct tape here to bring it out to fit in there perfectly. And I already did it. I did it on this wheel here, and it worked out pretty good. So I'm going to use that. I just showed you this to show you what I did. And this wheel, it's funny because as much grinding and cutting as I did on that, this is perfectly balanced. I really don't have to do anything about that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill them holes in, so I'm going to actually throw it out of balance. But like I say, the balance doesn't mean nothing on these little engines. So then what I'm going to do is after I balance them, I'm going to fill this in with not epoxy, but the body filler, and then use ball bearings. After I fill it, I'm gonna drill it out and put ball bearings in there. But just for fun, we're gonna throw it up on a vise and see how out of balance it is. All right, come on, let's go over to the vise. All right, before we go to the vise, I'll show you what I do with the other one here. Here's the axle, and what we call this is crude but effective. You know, it's a 1/2 inch out of diameter bearing, and I just kept adding duct tape until I got the right size. And like I say, it worked out pretty good. You know, that's almost there now, but I'm going to use this one. It's already made. Alright, I got using the vise here. And here are the 3 holes. I put these on this side here so you can see. And sometimes this comes up where it's off such a little bit, but other times it doesn't, and that's how you tell if it's balanced or not. You see, we're going to touch it. You see where the 3 dots are? The 3 dots are on the bottom. Now we're just going to touch it, and we're going to see where it lands. Round and round and round we go. Like I said, I'm going to fill them holes in it, and I'm going to throw it out of balance. So, not out of balance that would do anything, but all right. You see where the 3 holes are? So it does. It looks like it does look like it's needs balancing, but it's not coming back. Well, here it is. Slowly, and it's coming back to so the holes are on the bottom there. Not quite though, because these holes are pretty centered. So what I'm going to do is I got a number 10 washer, which you can't. It's so light you can't even feel it. I'm going to put that just opposite that hole, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, past the bottom where it was. Alright. And I'm stopping right there. So that tells you right there it's balanced. Now if you hit it, that piece of blue tape could wind up anywhere. With my luck, it's going to wind up where it used to be, but it shouldn't. So right now that wheel is perfectly balanced. So it was a number 10 washer. That's how light it was. You see now it's not going backwards or forwards. It's perfect. You guys can zip through this if you want. But anyway, that's how you balance it. See, it's going past the top, and it's going to stop around the side there. So that wheel's perfectly balanced. I'll throw the other one up. The other one's a little further out. So let's see what that does. All right, we threw the other wheel up here for you, and we'll see where that's at. It seems to be down here is the heavy spot, and up here is the light spot. So it'll find it pretty fast. But it's almost not going to make it around the top. Ah. There we go. Like I said, that axle I made is crude but effective. Okay, it's gonna find itself. Alright, so I'm going to find right where that, right about here. Alright, like I say, not perfect, but perfect enough for what we're doing. Alright, I already figured out what it was while you guys weren't looking. And it's, I got two 5/16 washer and a number 10. So even now, you can barely hardly feel that. So I'm going to put that up here. Excuse me, I don't mean to get in your way, but sometimes you got to do it. See, that blue tape is landing pretty much anywhere it wants to now. Okay, so like I say, it's not going to take much. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean these up, get rid of all the rust, and clean out these holes here. And I'm going to epoxy all the holes, and then clean up all the rust. It's and then probably tomorrow the epoxy will all dry, and then tomorrow I'll take these outside and grind out the inside with a flywheel here, and we can put body putty on there. So that's what we're gonna do for now. So let's clean these babies up. Alright, yeah, I stopped cleaning. I was gonna clean them up, polish them all up first before I did that, but it's getting pretty late. What time we got over there? Whoop, whoop. It's about midnight, a little after midnight, and I want to get the epoxy on here so it can harden overnight, and then tomorrow I continue on. But if I wait any longer, that stuff won't cure good enough for me. So what I did is I got the pencil grinder out here, and these are the holes I'm going to fill. I'm just going to clean these out real good, down to good metal, and score them up a little bit. These holes here I clean out, and then these two little holes here, and we'll fill them with epoxy and let them sit overnight, and then we continue on. Alright, I'm going to put this back up on your perch. Okay, I did one here, and that cleaned up pretty good. You know, a lot of people complain, you know, epoxy don't work and stuff like that, and it falls out. And if epoxy don't work for you and it falls out, it means you didn't mix it right, or you didn't prepare the surface right. I've never had epoxy fail on me in my life. So let's clean out this next one here and see what it looks like. Got your hearing protection on? Sorry for all that noise, but here's the other one. We got two more to do. They came pretty good. I see a spot or two I can touch up, but for the most part, it's pretty good. Yeah, and I'm doing the top here just so when I smooth it over, it gives us something to fare into. Alright, I'm going to turn you guys off and finish this up. Alright, yeah, they cleaned up real nice. It only took a couple minutes. I'm happy with that, so that should take epoxy pretty well. Alright, let's get on to this one here. These two little holes and these three holes here. Alright, got some epoxy here, we're going to mix it up. Probably mix more than I need, but that's okay. Alright, just going to take a little bit, so I'll turn you back on, we're ready to stick it in. Alright, we got it mixed up pretty good here. When you stick this in, make sure you don't create bubbles in there, you know. Make sure you get it all down to the bottom. That looks pretty good. Alright, don't worry about that because we're going to come back. We're just filling them right now. Make sure there's no air bubbles in there. Make sure it's sticking to all surfaces in there. Everything's liking that. Don't forget to trick me to it with the water, right? Right. I probably got way too much on here, but it's okay. I'll hit it with a grindstone. It's a shallow one. Take a lot of that off. Alright, I'm liking it. I'm going to bring this in the house and let this set up overnight, at least 8 hours. Alright, let's grab the other one. You guys didn't see it, but I took some lacquer thinner and cleaned everything out. This little piece of tape here so I know where to put this stuff so you guys can see it. Oh, look at that. It already came out the back. Alright. That one's good. Look at these little holes while we got them here. I'm going to get all the air bubbles out. We're going to have plenty left over. Oh, Road King. You think that stuff grows on trees? That one's sticking through. I wanted to make sure I made, look at that. I wanted to make sure I made plenty. I got enough here to build a house. Alright, see where they both came through there? I got way too much on here, but that's fine. I hit that with a grindstone in the morning. No problems. I'm going to have to do this. It's for show. It's for the YouTube audience. It's nice. See where it's bubbling out here? It's completely full in there. Alright, like I say, really don't have to do this. See, you think I'm laying it down, but I'm not. I'm not laying it down on the towel. Alright, that's all I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to bring it inside and let it harden overnight, and then we'll come back and we'll see you guys in the morning, alright? Alright, good night. Alright, it's the next day, and it's been about 14 hours. It's been curing, so it's cured as much as it's going to cure. See that? Hard as a rock. Hard as a rock. And all this is all good. So let's take it outside and we'll grind that all down. This is, when I grind it down, it's not going to be the finish. I'll probably put a real thin coat of glazing putty on there, you know, just to smooth it out and make it look better. But I probably could sand it and it'll probably look just fine. We'll see. Let's take it out there. We'll grind that, and then we'll rough up the V groove in here and make it so we can slap some putty in there. Alright, maybe we'll see you outside. Alright, got all the excess epoxy knocked off of here, and I ground inside the groove, the V groove there, and the rim. So I do have a little touching up to do, maybe run some sandpaper down the very middle of that groove. But for the most part, just got most of it. Yeah, for the most part, these are done out here. So I'll bring them inside and we'll clean them up a little bit, and then mix some putty up. Alright, let's go. It's pretty cold out here. Alright, yeah, they came out good. You can't feel them. And this one here had little holes filled in, and these. So we're happy. Alright, let's get some putty out and fill the groove. I cleaned that. I don't know if you can see that in there. I'll give you some light. But I cleaned the groove. See how nice and shiny that is? Yeah, buddy. Alright, we're just going to do this one wheel for you. And it's tough to gauge on how much stuff you're going to need, but just so happens, this can of putty I have here is just about empty. So I'm going to mix up whatever's in here, and then it'll give me a gauge. Because I don't want to mix a new can with an old can, because they're two different brands. But actually looks like there might be enough in here to do this wheel. Let me pull all this out of here and see what it looks like. Alright, yeah, there's actually more in here than I thought. I don't want to mix more than that because then it makes it tough to mix. But I'm going to use this blue stuff, and before you use this hardener, you got to knead it. You know why? Because you need it. Oh, Road King. Alright. I don't know if you noticed, but I took the diaper off the table here in case we get some on there. It's a little bit cold in the garage here, so it's going to take a little to mix this. I actually should have taped this down so it wouldn't be flapping in the wind here. But a little too late for that. And I'm going to keep mixing this, and then I'll turn you back on. Alright, just about done mixing it here. And if I have too much, then I always get that wheel behind me there. And we'll put it on that. Alright, let's see how it goes. You guys in frame? Huh. So you can't see it, but I could actually see it from here. Going down to the bottom. Just sagging a little bit. I was worried about that, but not much you can do about it, right? Alright. See, it looks like I'm being sloppy, but all this will come off before it hardens. Let me show you what I could see. See, I could see if it's hitting the bottom. And it is. Okay. It's not going to take as much as I thought, so I'm going to have to grab another one of them wheels over there. Huh. This is going to take a second coat. I'm not going to have the cheese grater or nothing. Okay, wow. All right, this whole wheel is full. Like I say, it is sagging. There is a lot in there. So I'm going to lay it sideways. And keep my eye on it while it hardens. So, guys, still there? This groove is a lot bigger. Some of you guys are saying you're not supposed to put body filler on more than 1/8 of an inch, but you don't know why. So don't say nothing to me unless you know why. I don't know if I'm staying in the frame. I'm paying too much attention to this. Okay, she's starting to light up, so that's good. I want to make sure there's no air spaces in this. Okay. Alright, let these harden up and then we'll see what they look like. Alright, here's why when I tell you don't worry about when you're slopping it around, because this is how easy it is to get it off. Catch it at the right time and it comes right off. Yeah, I think after all the body work's done on these, I'll stick them in some rust remover and remove all this other rust. See that? This one's getting all excited about slopping it up. Comes right off. This is it's hardened up pretty good. Make it easier for the next coat. Now, let me clean this up. I don't want to make this video too long. I know it's going to be long as is, but we don't make it. Have to make it any longer than it has to be. All right. Yeah, this wheel isn't completely hard, so what I'm going to do is I'm going around the whole circumference of it, and this is just taking off the high spots, and that'll just make it that much easier when I go over it with the second coat. You know, then I could just do that and it'll fill everything in, and I do have a few gaps here, but not many. And I'll just fill that all in. So I think I'm just going to concentrate on that one wheel, and then we'll do this one later on. It's hardening up good. As cold as it is in this garage, it's hardening up good. Not really that cold, I mean 60 degrees. Okay. So I might cut that little section out because I left a little air gap in there. There we go. Alright. I'll turn these back on when we put that final coat on there. Alright. I got a little squeegee, a clean one, that one. We'll mix this up. I probably got too much here, but I can always put it in the other side there. Alright, there's a lot here. Woo! Woo! Doggy! So we got here. I'm gonna stand up. You guys don't want to stand up there. And what I said, don't worry about the slop. I want to get it all up on here. Give me plenty to sand. Gonna have to hold it up, right? I knew somebody was gonna say something. I'm going to hold it out of the way there. I probably won't show you guys showing you sanding this because this video is probably getting pretty long. Some of you guys like long videos, others complain. I can't please you all. Even if this is going to get a glaze coat, so there we go. Alright, I think I accomplished my mission here. Like I said, don't worry about this slop. I'll get this once it starts hardening. But just want to make sure I got that all covered. Alright, next time I see you guys, it'll be, I'll probably have Mike broach these keyways, and then we'll drill and put some ball bearings in there and balance these things. So, I guess we'll call this video, eh? Alright. Enough of this.